Hello, welcome to another episode of Bouch Bommentary. We're on episode 5. Lord, the season's almost over.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, episode 5. It was a doozy. I enjoyed it. It was a struggle watch this week. I had to watch on the iPad, but I watched it. I was right on time to still watch it with my timeline. So that's the biggest struggle of like having to watch like with the app.
HBO Go, yeah.
Because it's like start now. Dang, my timeline's ahead of me. So
I was a little behind. I was like, damn.
You just never know when to click play. So, and then it started late, so you didn't know when it started on HBO time. It was stressful. Had a good tweet week. 2 of the cast members tweeted me back this week.
Yeah.
We'll
Introduce yourself first.
Oh, yeah, duh. Hey, guys. Hey, Issa. I'm Melanie.
What's going on, Jay Ellis? It's your boy, Rodney.
It's not cool when you do it.
Well, because you're like, hey, it's Issa. But, like, Jay and I are cool. Like, Lawrence High till we die, you know.
Oh, I guess.
It's still a thing. So let's just hop it. You want to just
the proud,
the brave, right? Watch. At the end of the season, we're gonna come up victorious.
I think we're both gonna lose. I'm not really Team Issa so much
because she doesn't deserve nice things.
She doesn't. She just her own worst enemy.
Let's hop into it.
I don't know whose team I'm on other than Tasha.
So this episode opens with Issa in traffic on her way to somewhere unknown. She's a broke girl, so she when she needs gas, she can only put $10 in her tank. She arrives at the door.
But her car it's like an American, isn't it? Is it a Chevy or a Ford? One of them. It's probably one of the fuel efficient ones. So it maybe only took $10.
No. That was like less than 2 gallons. She's a broke girl.
I'm trying to help. But okay. And then she pulls up to her destination, knock on the door, and she's trying to be all cute, like, oh, it's delivery for your package, whatever the hell she said.
Handle with care or not.
And then we found out it's Daniel's house. And when it opened, I was expecting her to be in Daniel's bed because I knew it was going to open with her and Daniel. I knew it.
Okay,
I know these things. But and it wasn't like directly. I was like, dang, it must have been a Saturday because did she go there before work or something? Like, I don't understand why she went there in the morning.
I thought it was Saturday.
Yeah, okay.
I thought it was the weekend.
So yeah, and then she goes to Daniel's house and then they don't it cut to like post-coital conversation?
Yeah. Well, after we see them, like, their romantic embrace and this kiss of clearly, like, yeah, we messed around or, like, we're good.
It brought me joy.
We see Molly in Chicago office with Lil Rel. Mm-hmm. And we find out that they have a lot more black lawyers at the Chicago office. Lil Rel asks if Molly has told him that she knows she's making less. She says no, she can't say anything. Which, I mean, I'm sure you probably can't, but at the same time, I feel like...
How would you approach that, though?
I don't even know. Because the thing is, like, somewhat like the mail carrier accidentally delivered me his check.
But then it would be like, okay, you saw his name on it. You saw... No,
I was in the middle of a call. I opened it,
I don't know how you would approach that conversation. I don't know the right way, if there is a right way to... Hey,
I mean,
because you open someone else's mail, accident or not,
But at the end of the day, like, what can the company say? Like, because you mugs know, like, y'all paying me less than him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
so I don't know how she would address that.
Right.
But yeah, I just think it's funny, Lil Rel being a lawyer. Can you imagine him being a lawyer? Yeah, I know. All right, so my client didn't do it.
But the thing is, they're not criminal. They're not. They're like business lawyers, so they may never see a courtroom. Maybe they just write up contracts or oversee.
Like I was laughing with him in the suit. He looked like a pastor. He said he had a pastor body, which I thought was very funny. And he looked like, and God.
Yeah, like he always wearing those bow ties. Like, come on, dog. Like, just wear a regular tie. But he asked if she considered leaving that firm and say, like, she has a lot to offer and, like, any other firm would do her right. And then they kind of wrap that scene up, and that's all. And, like, next thing we know, back in L.A., it's the evening, and Issa's getting dressed. So maybe it was a Sunday?
Maybe it was a Sunday.
Yeah, Issa's getting dressed and preparing to leave Daniel's spot. And Daniel asks if she got plans tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And she's like, maybe... Or no, she asked him, does he have plans? And he was like, maybe. She's like, okay, no, you don't. And they flirt and whatever. I cringe. I feel like I'm watching like an 8th grader with braces, like on TV. Issa, she just stresses me out. But yeah, they,
flirty. I like the banter. I'm glad we get he has a nice place. He has a front door. He's not like an apartment, like a Baldwin Hills area. So I don't know if it's his people house because I don't know how much is SoundCloud bringing in these days.
What does Ty Dolla $ign pay an unknown producer for one beat?
Right. So I don't know if it was like one of them. What's the song? Two members in the club.
Oh, it was a hit.
Yeah, maybe it was that song. But yeah, a nice little place. So, Team Daniel. And then next,
Lawrence is running with his coworkers. He's been hanging with his coworkers hard.
He gonna hunch that girl.
But you know what I thought, like, subtly they're saying about Lawrence without saying it is like, when you break up, like, you lose friends.
So he has to hang out with his
Caucasian
coworkers.
Yeah, like he, we later see him get up with Derek, but like his main friend is Chad, but like he used to go Chad.
No, I said who's trash.
But now he's.
What happened to everybody else who was at the strip club that night? We ain't seen them. Or were those Chad's friends? I don't know.
I don't know. They seem more Chad's friends.
Yeah, because fuck Lawrence.
What? No, never that. All right, so.
I'm never going to not slander Lawrence.
So Lawrence finds out that he has jury duty the next day. And I don't know. Let's just get there because I'll save my comments there. Issa and Molly are working on the flowers for Molly's parents' vow renewal ceremony.
What was weird to me, I don't know if it was her lunch break or what, but like she went to work after that. So I'm like, you went in the morning before, like how early was it if y'all,
Oh, yeah.
She went to work after. And then she was telling her about
the retreat.
Oh, no.
Her hotation?
Yeah. I didn't see the bullet ordering. But yeah, she talked about her hotation, some Spanish man. And then she's like, ah! She's like, wow, that was really racist.
Yeah, like.
Which is really funny.
She's up there with Mr. Gaines. It would be Vice Principal Gaines after that one.
Yeah. And then she said she couldn't go because of a work retreat that Saturday. So that's why she couldn't partake in the wedding.
In the ceremony.
Which I think she could have made it. But, hey.
Nah, because she could have came to like the reception afterwards, but at that point. You're right.
She could have came to the let out.
Daniel texts Issa while she's there, and he was asking if they could get up later. Mm-hmm. Molly's like, oh, y'all cool now. Can y'all connect without catching feelings? Issa's like, Daniel knows what it is. We just friends that fuck. And, Issa proclaims that she's all about her hotation. She about to add another guy.
Issa, she exhausts me.
But y'all girls be like, y'all will genuinely have a friend that's doing what Issa's doing, who's like just effing their life up, and you're like, well, girl, go ahead, do you, be hoish.
But the thing is, you can't tell them nothing. Like, even if Molly was like, Issa, slow down, do what you want to do. Like, don't do that. I'm going to be my rotation. Blah, blah, blah. So it's like, why waste your breath? When we have friends that do stuff and that, like, oh, why you don't tell, like, literally, it's not that we've never thought about telling our friends about themselves, but we know our friends better than y'all do. Mm-hmm. One of them situations. Like, if Molly said, Issa, stop hoeing, she's not going to stop hoeing.
I think.
Because she's already been like, Issa, you sure you want to do this? Like, before. So, she ain't going to listen to him.
So then we see Lawrence at jury duty sitting in the waiting room. He gets a text from Derek asking if he's free for a birthday gathering on the 15th, I guess.
Mm-hmm. He was saying that Tiffany's pressured him to do something, so yeah. I'm pretty sure that Issa's going to be there. Okay, I was going to ask, do we feel like this is going to be a time when they run into each other? Is she going to bring a date? Is it going to be Daniel? That's going to be mess. Can't wait. Okay,
so as a friend, if Derek's my friend and Issa's bringing Daniel, I need him to tell me.
But that's the thing, though, and again, Issa's not Derek's friend.
She's Tiffany's friend, but Tiffany and Derek are married.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, it would be more of a Tiffany invite. So it wouldn't be like Derek is in communication with Issa directly to know whether or not she's bringing Daniel. And knowing Issa, she might bring Daniel just to shake the table. I
don't feel like she has the balls. I feel like
literally.
Damn, what was I about to say? Actually, I feel like she's not gonna bring Daniel because it's not Tiffany's party. It's Derek's.
Right.
And so that's just your friend's husband. So you gotta play it cool. You can't be doing all that.
But then again, this is
insecure.
This is insecure, and two, this is Issa we talk about. So who knows what she go do? She might bring the white man. Who knows?
Latino.
So yeah, Lawrence is texting while he's at jury duty, and then he gets on Facebook, and it's so funny. Kelly eating those goddamn peppers. Which is also a spoof, because I remember watching it. No, it was a lady on Facebook eating the wings from Buffalo Wild Wings, trying to drink the milk. So I think it was a spoof off of that, which is even funnier. And then he goes on Kelly's page and sees her selfie from the night. You know, that was post fingering. But anyway,
the phone stank.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't get her finger.
Yeah, like it was just like, oh Lord, sorry.
She didn't hit my.
Anyway, after she got finger, I guess she took a selfie. But it was just such a careless selfie angle. She really took it like an auntie. And these people are only like 29, so they know how to take selfies right. That was a very auntie selfie.
And you know
and
what?
It had Issa and Daniel in the back talking.
And I'm gonna be honest. To me, Kelly, as a good friend, just should have cropped it.
It's like, ooh, snap Daniel in that.
Right, because like, you know, one, them talking, like, you know, clearly that's significant given everything she's going through. But then two, it just like they not sloppy. In the picture. It's bad.
It was very auntie. Like that's a selfie that my auntie would take.
Right,
literally like just her forehead and eyes in the picture, all kinds of background noise. Like that was just wasn't a good selfie.
Yeah.
And maybe it because a lot of stuff was on Kelly's page, so maybe she's one of them chronic Facebookers.
She's eating peppers on Facebook, so
right.
Like,
so clicks and posts and don't even look or edit or you know, filter nothing. So maybe that's what the case was, but it was just a lot. So he is
shook. Let's just talk about that.
He says Issa and Daniel, and he's like,
that's the dude she was.
Mind you, it's been months, but he's still like,
3
of course
months.
He don't know. So he's thinking, okay, have they been
something the whole time?
This entire time. So now he's like, what the F? And then, so is this? Oh, no, he hasn't gone to his page yet. So he's still progressing. Go ahead.
All right. So I guess we'll move. So now we see Issa at work. She tries to share a joke with Frida. Frida gives her the cold shoulder. Issa asks Frida if they can talk. Frida basically expresses that she's still upset about the whole vice principal Gaines thing, and she feels like Issa's she's not doing anything because it benefits her that they look successful now, when they know a population of students are being left out. And Issa's kind of like, well, like that's really like not your place to make that call. You're white. Mm-hmm. And Frida's like, well, no, this is what racism is, and hits her with straight facts and definitions. And Issa's like, oh, so you just gonna be literal? Like you really just gonna, you just really not gonna let me run with the I'm black and I say so thing. Issa basically wraps it up by telling Frida, like, you can't call a person of color out on racism, like, because you're white. And Frida's like, that's not fair, and the conversation ends awkwardly.
Yeah, well, everything's awkward, but she said, she's like, I literally just put the water in there.
Yeah.
She finished her coffee.
So then we flash to Molly's outside her parents' house with her trunk open, with all the flowers. Dro comes running out.
From across the street?
He almost beat Usain Bolt. He came out so fast. I was so shook. Out of his parents' house to assist Molly. And Molly's like, what you doing here so early? He's like, I spent the night at my parents' house, spent some time with them or whatever.
To get closer to your ass.
And, he said he wanted to catch her before the ceremony tomorrow. Now, initially when I saw that, I was like, oh, he trying to catch her so she run into Candace. Like, she just won't say anything and he could keep with his, we in an open marriage thing. Mm-hmm. But we later find out Candace not even in town.
Conveniently, he got Candace locked up in a dungeon somewhere because we ain't seen her since the ice cream shop, a cupcake shop, whatever.
Maybe she getting her back blown out in her open marriage.
I don't know. Maybe he trying to meet his quota.
Right.
And she already above.
Candace's body count is crazy, and so the only way he can really catch up.
Your wife ain't never home. Where is Candace? I need to see her. I need a text or a tweet or something. Candace,
the only way he can't catch up body count wise, so he gonna hit her with the emotional points. This is somebody I grew up with. This is somebody I could have had a relationship with, and she an AKA, and you adults.
I don't see the problem.
Dro out here going for the kids.
The historical hurt.
So Molly tries to joke and move past kiss and grind and saying like they were both pretty drunk. Dro's like,
I wasn't that drunk.
Yeah.
I said, oh,
I was in my right mind.
All right,
letting her know like, hey, I'm still about it. Like sober, I was
in my entire right mind, and I'll do you right here in this trunk. Oh, okay now.
In front of your daddy house. And Dro asks if she thought about him and them, and she tells him like, yes.
Ever thought of them romantically since they've known each other.
Yeah. And she tries to play it off, which, he's being really serious and really vulnerable as a man. So, like, that was, like, unfair of her to try. But he made her shape up. He's like, nah, for real, like, be serious. And she's like, yeah, but you're married and, like, open or not, like, you.
But he used to wear colored contacts. Now I struggle with that. Because colored contacts, bro.
It was a different time.
Nah, bro. Like, even in '03, if you had colored contacts, it was a little,
I don't.
You had colored contacts?
No. I don't need contacts. I don't.
You don't have to wear contacts to wear colored contacts.
I never wore colored contacts because for me to wear colored contacts, then that's like strictly prosthetic. Like,
yeah, I know.
I don't even need them to see, and I wasn't even gonna like try to learn how to put contacts in
just so you got paid to lie.
Right, like what people know my eyes are like.
Okay, you gotta ask these days. It's 2017. Okay, you cis-eyed. I'm just making sure.
All right. So now we're back to Lawrence, and he's at jury duty, and he's snooping through Daniel's Facebook page. Once again, still not as bad as Issa launching all social platforms that Tasha was on. But that's
just a mirror image. First off, the roles have reversed now.
Okay, yeah.
So, but second, it just shows how men are. Men are lazy. Like, he didn't leave Facebook.
No. He
just stayed on Facebook. Women, we'll make sure we'll do a full, like, top to bottom.
Yeah,
okay,
Facebook is not
Facebook, Twitter. Facebook is good because it's archived, so you can go back to 2009. You know what I'm saying? You can go look as far as you want to look. See the glow up, see the process. Okay, this is when they knew each other freshman year. Oh, okay, so this is boom, boom, boom.
At one point, you could click on like two people. You could click on two people and they show their whole friendship.
Oh, yeah. Like, wall post, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, think about you.
And it was like, oh, perfect. I was about to go through all these years, but here they are.
But yeah, woman, we are going to be thorough with it. We're going to check that whole LinkedIn. We're going to check that whole Twitter. We're going to search keywords.
Because let's be honest.
His at name and her at name together. See if they've been conversing. We're going to go on, we're going to find their Black Planet. We're going to find their tag, their Bebo. We're going to find everything.
Because let's be honest, like, Kelly may post on Facebook a lot. But no one else, like, our age demographic is, unless they have, like, milestones, like engagement, wedding, marriage, kids. Because
Facebook is really for your mom's friends.
Yeah.
That's what it's for. I started using Facebook recently because I didn't realize it was fun. They have really fun videos, some good hood fights. They have, like...
Well, we talked about hood Facebook before.
We did. Quality, like, hood updates. Like, I keep a couple hood people just to keep me humble. Oh, yeah. Just like, whew, all right. Ain't doing too bad. There should be some hood stuff going on.
But he's so focused on his wait. So yeah. So there's one point in the jury selection scene, like they're questioning a black woman juror and they ask her, does she have any bias against the LAPD? She says, actually, and stands up and like proudly shows her Black Lives Matter shirt. Thinking like,
gotta be out now because I'm biased.
Clearly, like, I have a bias and I'm against police brutality and like I'm against the police. And the black judge goes, I'm not buying it. Sit down. Like, and they keep her, and she's like, and she literally looks down like, dang, like that.
I spent $20 on this shirt.
Right.
I don't even like Black Lives that much. So yeah, and then Lawrence ends up being the one getting dismissed, but he's so deep in Lurkville that he doesn't even realize it.
Yeah. Now, I don't know, like the whole jury duty thing, I get that it was introduced at the beginning as like that was the reason him and Issa had to interact. I didn't feel like him...
I didn't even put it together.
I didn't feel like him actually going to jury duty, and that's where he discovered, Daniel and all that. To me, it wasn't that impactful.
It wasn't, but then, I guess to Tato's ends, because had he not gone to jury duty this season, it would have been like, he had jury duty, he didn't even go.
Yeah, I guess because we asking about condoms. It's like, look, he didn't perform his civic duty.
Right.
What's up with that? Y'all can't be showing black people out here not going...
unregistered to vote?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it was necessary to do, because niggas would have been like,
Well, I think they could have said he went to jury duty, like, oh yeah, I went to jury duty yesterday.
I think it was funny, because Prentice had tweeted that actually happened with the Black Lives Matter shirt. Someone actually did that in court. So that was funny.
Okay.
Then just to show how distracted he was and how deep he was into Daniel's page, he couldn't even focus on being in jury duty like he's supposed to, which is by law. Which I'm surprised he didn't get in trouble for
having his phone out
the entire time. Yeah. But yeah, so I think that was why it was important, because you perform your civic duty, and you so caught up on this nigga page.
I don't know. I just felt like it didn't take away from the show, but it didn't add anything for me. So I just wanted to bring that up. Okay, so now we're back. We're back at Molly's parents' place, and they're still preparing for the ceremony. Molly says they're going all out for the ceremony, and her mom's like, "Oh, this is all from this discount Mexican store up the street because I'm saving up for your wedding." And her dad's like, Molly is too special to marry the first ashy boy who asked for her hand. Her parents get flirty in the kitchen, and then Molly's brothers come in.
Which is very exciting to me because I'm like, familiar faces. First, we have Richie Loco from Twitter.
Yep.
Who does like the Tupac skits. He does other skits. Very funny.
And then High C, the Crip.
yeah, the Crip. And then we have Lil Saint
From
Malcolm,
Sir.
what's his face? I know his real name. But I forgot his last name. But Lil Saint Antoine Fisher. He was resurrected as Molly's brother, which is great. They weren't African, which kind of, I was like, I wanted them to be African, but cool, they were black. But it was a nice selection of brothers. They all look like kin, so it was a great casting selection.
Yeah.
I wish they would have done more with Malcolm, though, as her brother. Like, he didn't have a lot of lines.
Yeah. He
like
just had like
there.
2 or 3.
Like, if you're going to have somebody like Lil Saint, a cultural icon, give him a couple paragraphs.
He should have had a You Got Served shirt on. That would have been funny.
Like, or it could be raining. Like, oh yeah, go out there and do it for Lil Saint. Maybe, hopefully, we see him again.
Yeah.
I'm mad we got to see Molly's family before we saw Issa's whole family.
True.
And nobody has sisters. No. So, okay. Yeah.
They just have some playful banter and joke around, and then we see Issa's on her Tinder date with her Latin man, and Issa has a I guess a cutaway, and she's like, order horchata and hold the cheddar, heavy on the whore. And from that and another one fantasy scene where she like rips his shirt open and kisses him, we see Issa, at least with this date, she's really like, I'm just DTF.
Sex.
Yeah, I'm just DTF.
Penetration.
I'm trying to get hit. I'm trying to add a body to the body count tonight. And they have some corny conversation about DC versus Marvel. And I say corny not because like I don't like the comic book movies or comics or anything.
But because Issa was talking, and anytime she's talking, it's just like...
just on the first date, it's like, she was like, I caught that Spider-Man reference. Like, we don't see Issa as a huge Marvel fan or like a huge Spider-Man fan. Like, she may have liked the movie, but it was just like...
It was random, I guess. But I feel like everybody's a general... What was the reference again?
He didn't say it. He just said, I caught that Spider-Man reference, and I'm a DC guy.
Oh, okay. So
and I was like, y'all
Tinder.
both lame. I'm tired of this date already. Where's Tasha?
If I was dating, I probably would make a Marvel joke, but that's something that would be on my profile.
Yeah.
I'm a Marvel girl. So.
But Daniel texts Issa, she's coming through. She said, no, something came up. Then we cut to the end of the date. It seemingly went well. The guy pays for the check and said, let's do this again. What was funny is Issa like fake reach for it.
Do it all the time. Oh, the chick in the book.
And he was like, if you're going to do it, at least commit. Don't do it. Don't pull away till I say I got it. And she was like, oh, okay. But, it's just, it just got me thinking, like, Issa's clearly broke. Like, she can only put $10 in her gas tank. But she's just out here flirting in her little dating life.
Does that mean she's broke, or was she rushing to that D appointment?
I feel like it meant she was broke. Because, like, rushing to the D appointment would have been...
She's not splitting bills with Lawrence anymore.
Yeah. Rushing to the D appointment would have been, like, you let some gas get in there, but, like, you cut it off at a random number. She was intensely watching it, like, ooh, I can't go over $10 or my account going to be overdrawn.
I don't think she that broke, but go ahead.
And so, I just, like, point out, like, she's a broke girl, like, who's still enjoying the dating life. Issa was like, it's late, but, like, I'm still up to hang if you want to hang. And he was like, nah, I got a flight. And I'm sure we're going to see more of that. We're going to see some more, like, kind of reason for that later on. I was, just kind of given the reputation of Tinder, I was a little surprised that he turned down the advances for the physical relations. Do you think anything of it?
We going to see him again because I feel like he was in the preview. So
yeah.
I'm not too
caught up.
They're going to hunt you eventually, I guess.
Yeah. But, that was my thing. And I'm actually very shocked that it went well, given how awkward Issa has been throughout her entire life.
I mean, he white, so.
Oh, okay.
Well, not white, but
he may be Latin, but in the world, he passes for white.
Right.
So
he's definitely white passing.
He gets white privilege. So anyway, we flash from there. We go to Issa's work retreat. She's texting Daniel saying sorry she missed him. Can she make it up tonight? They during the retreat they run through this hypothetical situation about like a student that was engaged now is like talking back and missing assignments. What could be some possible causes for this? And of course, Issa and Frida are the only ones who give any answer that shows compassion and like.
Why do her coworkers work there?
And why does this white woman let them work there? Because clearly
Nobody cares.
They don't care. They don't think anything of these students. Are they like the only ones who applied?
I don't know. Well, they're also more enthusiastic about working in white schools too.
Yeah, or just even with easier kids, younger kids.
Yeah.
So yeah, like there's that. Frida's still giving her the cold shoulder during this whole
They broke up.
thing.
Is this when they broke up into groups?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she ended up with her best friend from Aqua Black Girl.
Okay.
If you watch, you would know the reference. I was like, oh, but like they're not friends on here, so I was sad. And she replied to my tweet. She actually retweeted my tweet. I didn't say her name or nothing. I was like, oh, she's with her Aqua Black Girl bestie, and she like retweeted it and liked it today. Her name is Sujata Day.
Okay.
But that was nice.
Okay.
So we go back to Molly's parents' house. She brings
Lionel
to the date. She brings him to the date, and I think that came from her conversation with her parents. And Molly wanted to have this picture perfect life and all that BS. But so she brings him, and he's, doing all the right things to do.
He, hey, I brought the champagne out the fridge, see something, do something, right? Like, bro, if you don't come, like.
It's fine. We're in the backyard.
He's clearly being a pick-me, as feminist Twitter or just angry, bitter Twitter would say.
Or just regular Twitter.
And then Dro walks up. Dro and his parents walk up to Molly's house. Dro's parents are speaking in Spanish.
His dad more so fluent, so we find out he's mixed.
Which, I never...
Hair on fleek.
I never knew... Dro is short for Alejandro.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either.
Yeah.
Which is so black and ghetto, which I love. Like when a black dude, his first name is like a Spanish last name, he's going to be ghetto. Like Rodriguez, Drake, Cortez, Tez,
True.
Martez, Tez.
Yep.
Marquez, Quez.
Yep.
All these Spanish last names. Alejandro's the first name, but still, it's just black.
And but what I thought was dope was like Molly knew Spanish and she could respond to him, and so like, I guess that just showed some more of like how close these two families were.
Right, and then that scholar.
Yeah. And so Lionel awkwardly says, "Sí, hola." Like, bro, you also heard them speaking English. Like, you're just doing a lot,
trying to fit in,
and seeing me so corny to me.
But he's just as pressed as Molly, honestly, because she probably would have pulled the same thing, like "Konnichiwa" if he had some Japanese names.
Right. So, Lionel puts his arm around Molly, like in this weird, firm manner, as to like,
"Diss me."
Like, hey, who buddy, like, introduce us, let him know you mines. And Molly finally introduces the two. Molly tells Dro Lionel is a mortgage broker when in reality he's a marketing consultant.
Same thing.
And he laughs it off, but Dro clearly is like, oh, she's like not into
They're
this
not
guy.
really good.
Yeah.
This is for me. This is off the show.
That mine. And Molly's younger brother sees Dro and he's like, yo, what's up? And they link up and embrace.
Everyone's so close.
And Lionel makes a statement, wow, that guy's tall. And Molly's like, oh, I didn't even notice. And I was just like, what? You're like, bro, like.
You've known him your whole life. I guess, I mean.
No, I'm more upset Lionel even making that statement. I would never make.
Random statements like, dang, that nigga got a nice chest.
Yeah, like, bro, like, why are you putting yourself down in front of your woman?
Oh, I hate that.
Like, maybe
he's not short though. Like if he was like 5'6", like dang, buddy tall, and it'd be like.
But like, still, but like, I don't want my girl ever to be like, he actually is very tall.
Yeah, you see his dick. I'm like, what you want him to say?
Right.
Sure, Jan.
So now we see Lawrence and Derek are out getting a drink, discussing Issa and her hanging with Daniel, and it's like this is what we kind of saw with like Issa and Molly and the crew, like trying to get intel on the situation. Excuse me. And, Derek is telling Lawrence that, Tiffany and him had to stop discussing
him and Tasha and all that.
Him, Tasha, and Issa because they end up picking sides and fighting, much like Twitter.
That's all we've been doing since the show started.
Right. Lawrence Hive, Team Issa, Team Daniel, whatever. Lawrence is now asking Derek, like, was he being played the whole relationship? And then Derek, like a true friend, starts
Or a
hitting
real
him.
nigga.
Starts hitting him with a healthy dose of truth.
He was like, it's not all on Issa. You know, you
And
wrong too.
he said, yo, for 2 years you was unemployed. You was letting your woman take care of you. You know, I'm not saying she's justified in cheating, but I understand how she's attracted to a man who's going out and making his dreams and stuff come true.
You know, Daniel's mohawk was crisp at all times. Teeth white. Studio clean. You know, he probably had some Lysol wipes to clean off the couch with all the secretions after they had sex on it.
All the wackest rappers were around him and paying him.
You know, and he had some gold.
He
Get up and go by himself. That's my mom.
Yeah.
He had something. It was just some ambition or just, you know, even if it is SoundCloud versus couch, I'm going to pick SoundCloud.
But the one thing that I was rapping with, you know, my lady and we were discussing was that if I remember correctly, before they had sex, before Daniel and Issa had sex, Issa and Lawrence had recommitted to their relationship. Like, they didn't go into a huge in-depth conversation, but remember when she came in and, like, she spilled some food? He was like, and he was like, you know, oh, man, you stay in the couch. Like, dang, Issa, I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm here. And she was like, I'm sorry. And, like, after that, they went and had that couch. They went shopping for that couch.
Right. And it was almost, like, good.
Right. So, like, or I definitely hear Derek where, like, he left the door open for her to, like, wander out. But before she slept with that man, they had recommitted and they act like they were going to both be focused on their relationship.
That's what made it so bad with the whole ring shopping and all of that.
So
it was, I mean, yeah, but the door wasn't completely shut because the nigga was still on the couch. They were just trying more.
But he had, I mean, I think, but I don't think simply being on the couch, like, is enough. Like, he had totally lost interest in, you know, he wasn't doing her birthday. He wasn't cooking for her. Like, I think we said it a while ago, like, if you're going to be unemployed and you at the house need to be clean.
Dinner.
Food, you know.
Foot
like,
rub.
You know,
salad tossing, like something. Make yourself useful.
Right, you know, like, make me be like, you know what, they here. But it's a little better that they here.
Right.
So, and that goes for men or women. So anyway, we go back to the vow renewal ceremony, and Molly's brother Curtis raps to her about her date Lionel. He determines that Lionel is clearly there as a pity date, and Molly's like, Molly's like, no, he's smart, he's attractive, like he's ready to settle down. Molly says he has a good job. Curtis goes, most niggas should, which I was like, you know what, that's real. We be giving niggas credit for the bare minimum, and he's like, most niggas should have a good job. Like, you don't want to be like, girl, he's like unemployed, you know.
He's horrible, but he got a good job.
Right,
girl.
He beats me profusely, but
that job.
Right. Molly talks about how if she wants like anything like what mom and dad wants, she might as well settle down and find like a man that has that mind frame to give it to her. And that's when her brother's like, look, there's no rules. Don't settle down because you think that's what you want. Like, there's no rule book to this love thing. Mm-hmm. And Molly says, you only saying that because you married a stripper. He lets us know that he loves Kim, but she trapped him.
I want to see the kids then. What was Kim? Why she not at the wedding? I want to meet Kim.
Maybe she was preparing for her to go on stage later that night.
She sounds like a nice lady.
You know, that was a funny little scene, but I think that conversation impacts her actions later that night.
Right. But we knew this about Molly. She has this picture, and like that's why the therapist cleared her, and she didn't want to go back. But like, she has this picture where she wants her life to be, and how everything should be, and this picture, you know, this cookie cutter, boom, 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 and that's not life. That's not how things work.
Yep.
And I think a lot of us feel like that, but we're gonna get into that.
Yep. Issa's at her retreat, frustrated. She calls her brother. They talk about how, you know, this white girl swore up and down there was this sex scene at the end of Aladdin. Issa like swore the white girl was wrong because she had fast forward to the end of Aladdin and she knew wasn't no sex scene there. And he was like, what does this have to do? And Issa's like, because I was right then and I'm right now. And we've come to find out, like, from her brother, like, look, you can never admit when you're wrong. And she goes, never say never nigga, and hangs up on him. And
it's funny.
You know, that's the end of that. So she's chilling in the bathroom at the retreat. And Neighbor Base sends her a Snapchat video asking what she's up to. She's like, oh, you know, hey, I'm just hella bored, like, at this little retreat. He's like, oh, yeah? Send me a video, baby.
That's how you know he childish. Like, nigga, get off Snapchat. Who sends actual video messages on Snapchat? Like, if I send you a snap, it's like of something or like, you know.
Some people communicate like that.
Or nigga FaceTime me, if anything. Like, I'm not finna sit and video chat. I hate communicating back and forth. Like, I hate conversations on Snapchat. You reply to my snap like, "LO, that's funny. Yeah, girl. Ha.
You forget.
Bitches be tripping, and then that's it. Not like, oh, what you doing tonight? No, cool. You have my number. Like, 9 times out of 10, if you have my Snapchat, you have my number. Text me if you want to have a conversation. Because then I'm going to forget what I'm saying, all of that.
But they say if a man's Snapchat messaging you, he has a girlfriend.
Or a wife.
And they not open, so he got to keep it on the DL. So can't leave no evidence.
And no draw privileges.
She attempts to send him some whack video of like her bra.
No angles,
it wasn't gonna be enticing.
And then like go in the stall.
Yeah, why would
have some pride about yourself, Issa? She, again, the whole she don't have the whole gene.
She don't have the whole spirit.
Then somebody walked in.
Yeah, and her coworker walks in. She's like, just checking for cancer. And
she's like, gross,
disgusting. So back at the ceremony, Molly is called over by her great aunt, her aunt Kiki, and her cousin Mary, which I thought was just weird. Like she referred to her as cousin Mary. Like typically your cousin, you just be like, "What up, Mary?"
Maybe you don't have older cousins, like your parents' first cousin, so you can't really just call them. Like if you were my dad's first cousin,
yeah,
clearly you 50-something too. So I ain't gonna be like, "Oh, what's up, Rodney?" I'd be like, "Cousin Rodney," like on the Huxtables on Cosby Show when she's like, "Cousin Cliff,"
maybe
instead of just Cliff.
Okay,
it's a sign of respect, like auntie, whatever, cousin.
Yeah, okay. And she was the cousin was older. So anyway, her Aunt Kiki knows that I see you got a date, and he is dark and lovely. And if Aunt Kiki was 20 years younger, she would give Molly a run for her money for this man. And Aunt Kiki says, and like the great aunt is like, wow, we here celebrating 35 years. And Aunt Kiki goes, I didn't think your parents would make it to 5 years, let alone 35. After all he put my sister through. And Molly's clearly confused by what the aunt says because she doesn't know what she's talking about. Because I guess in Molly's mind, her parents have always had a
perfect marriage.
So here is this scene I crack up to every time.
We watch it 4 times before the show.
Yeah, and we'll explain why. Issa's in traffic texting somebody named Potential Bae.
We're not sure if it's Waterhead or if it's like some other.
Yeah.
It's also Snapchat. It's not Tinder, so.
Yeah.
I think it's Waterhead, but we don't really know.
I felt like it was a new guy because the conversation was, I liked your profile picture. Oh, yeah, I liked your profile picture, too.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I got another picture I could show you.
Okay, the picture was.
And so...
She's driving.
Okay, so yeah, she's driving.
And the arrow just turned green.
Yeah, they get a green light. The car behind... She's on her phone, and so she's not paying attention. The car behind her honk.
She's like, where you trying to go?
Right.
That is so me. Like, Issa's me. I'm not sure I hate Issa. She's me. It's so horrible.
So without the sexually destructive behavior.
Yeah, of course. I'm not that far in my Issa-ness, but I'll be like, what's the hurry?
Right. We here.
The light green. The light red. Okay, but
And so she takes off, and then she looks at her phone because she gets a message, and it's a dick.
As she's trying to drive.
She gets a Snapchat message.
And it's dick. So she's like, and then she ends up rear-ending the SUV in front of her, which is...
It's a dick on the phone.
It's a hot dog got the bun.
So if I look at the phone, it's going to be a dick. It's a dick in the phone. And...
Let's talk about it. First off, airbags come out with, she's safe. Yeah. No one's hurt. But it's just like... Wait.
She wrecked her car, though. She effed it up. Like, it's crushed. Like, it's going to be an expensive repair. It's not cosmetic. There is functional damage to this car.
It may even be total.
For real, for real.
Because the bumper was off.
And the reason I cracked up is because here Issa is living out this whole life, a whole his life, and she messed her car up, and that's what she get.
You can't hoe and turn. Wait till you get on the straightaway. Then.
And anybody who use Snapchat, if you look, anytime people send me a Snapchat picture or media, I
am stationary.
Yeah, because I may want to replay it. I want to pay attention to detail.
What is and you got to see how many seconds it is.
Yeah,
it might be 3 seconds, might be 7.
Yeah, what if your friend send you something? You like them trying to have you peep something, But you can't do that driving. That's just not safe.
Yeah, you can't snap and drive. It's hard enough to like put stuff in your story, but to check a snap. Anyway, so it happened so fast that I was not able to properly analyze the penis photograph. So I had to rewind it and really analyze, and then we analyzed it further once I arrived. And just, the picture says a lot.
Okay.
Pictures are worth 1,000 words.
Let us know, Melanie. Let us.
You know, I just, don't act like, shut up.
Dick pic Damas.
No, it's not like I just have a PhD in dick pics, but it's just, it troubled me.
It troubled your spirit.
My spirit has been unrest since. It just,
there was trouble in my spirit.
A grown man like this on a bed, I just want to see, like, how did you, and then from my research, most penal pictures, it's a quick hot dog in the hand. Boom. And he's trying to do all kinds of poses. It's flaccid. It's to the side.
Flaccid means
soft.
Yeah.
If you old enough to listen to this podcast and you don't know what flaccid means.
I just wanted to clarify. Don't want anybody sitting out there like.
But it's a decent size. It's hanging off of his thigh. It's still got a little hang time off the hip. It's decent girthy to it. But it's still, he shaves. He probably shaved about 2-3 days ago. It's a little stubble. But I'm just like, you can't just send this to somebody in the middle of the day. The sun is still out.
I think he had that on deck. That's not like he didn't just like take that
camera roll.
Yeah, he didn't take that specifically for Issa. He went his Snapchat
he's literally
memory
like this, and that any grown man who leans. To
but what
like
he's
this,
doing, he's trying to show he has abs in there too. So like he has a good body. He should
have zoomed out more, but you already leaning. You going this way, your genitals
a penis is not a pretty thing. It is hard to capture.
Speak for yourself. There are some very attractive genitals out there.
What determines
based on my research?
What determines attractiveness of a penis?
This one ain't really cute. This one just looks like a functional one. It looks like it gets the job done. It's not. I ain't cute. I'm built to fit a fashion model size. That's what this is. This is a phenomenal penis. I am a penis phenomenally. But
not I am a penis.
Phenomenal penis, that's me. But
I can't.
Someone just like a nice God, how do I even get into this without sounding like a whore?
Horchata.
I mean, I've seen research, like, because before, one day in high school, me and my virgin friends, because that's what we were, it's a Tumblr. It was a Tumblr just full of, like,
penis.
Penis. We scroll all night. We just judge it. What you think? Like, I don't like that one. Okay, what about this one? Oh, okay. So I've seen photographs of them. Some nice sandy brown color.
You're not telling me, like, does size play into the attractiveness? Is it grooming that helps? Do you need to be moisturized? Is it?
Yeah, I've never encountered an ashy member, so I would be that ashy would scare me, and I know for sure one that scares me is pink ones. That's just like, if it was pink, I'd be like, Issa definitely would have told her caught it. It was like,
she might have died.
Don't be sending no pink genitals to my phone in the middle of the day.
What's wrong with you? I am
on
a
Monday,
Christian.
On Monday afternoon.
I am a Christian woman.
So at least it wasn't pink, because that's why you gotta say, like, I like light skinned men, but I can tell by looking at them, like, oh, you a pinky? Nope, nope, gross. Don't have no parts. But yeah, this one wasn't exactly a cute one. But I'm just saying, like, some are very nice, some are very like evenly toned. Nice. They like the good light skinned ones kind of look like churros. They just nice sandy brown, like cinnamon. Cause this is too much. All right, next.
This started with my question. I was like, penis ain't attractive, so like, it's no good way to capture it. But apparently, I'm wrong. I haven't, because I only have the one God has given me, and that's the one that I work with.
And, yours being ugly is your personal business. Who deal with it, and that's okay.
Jeez,
there are just some attractive ones out there.
One thing I wanted to also bring up about the show was, whose job was it to source the penis picture? Who had to go?
Whose penis? If this is your penis,
claim your penis.
Whose penis? If this is your penis,
are you showing it on?
I had to take a picture of it on the screen so I could like really reference it. We gonna get the video flag.
Yeah,
you have to zoom in a lot to see this. And I like how realistic, like her nail polish is chipping a little bit. It's real.
But anyway, yeah, like, who on set was like, hey, we're doing the scene where she's going to crash the car because of a penis picture. Can you find a penis picture for us to use?
Or like a penis model.
Who,
like, what if it's a dude who like sources penis pictures for like productions? Like, you know, they have hand models.
So you know how there are women that sell nudes?
Yeah.
What if this is the start of this man's nude selling career?
It's honestly probably like a gay man, because gay men like sell stuff like that. They're more profitable. Or unless it's one of them, like, unless they stole it on Twitter with one of them, like, spam porn accounts.
Yeah.
Like, I had to block one yesterday.
They was
like, Big D just followed you. Big cock 6969.
You know what upsets me more than anything? When someone I follow is just retweeting a whole bunch of porn on my... Stop! This is a Christian timeline. We are here to discuss the word.
That's why I cut off the likes and all that on my timeline. Because then, like, people be lurking, trying not to retweet it, and they like something so they can go back and watch it and be nasty later. And then say your timeline. Nope, won't be playing those games.
Yeah, I've had to turn off so many people's retweets and all this. But, okay, I think we've dissected this scene.
We talked about penis enough, because then I'm going to start getting penis mail and stuff.
Now you got to watch your Snapchats.
Because see, every time, and I can't even, promote my Snapchat, because I want to get, like, I reached a plateau on my views. Like, I only get, like, 200 maybe on my Snap. Yeah. So, everybody follow me on Snapchat. Every time I do it on Twitter, somebody I don't know adds me.
Yep.
And sends me, like, a white penis. And I'm like, help!
Ghost stick.
That's why I can't.
Yeah.
Like, I want more Snap follows, but it's always a creep. Because, like, I add people I know. Then I'm like, I don't know this person, but what the hell? Right. I'll add them.
And then they...
White penis.
I was gonna. So you should change your settings where you can only receive people like we're your mutual friends.
No, I know. I think it's private. So like I accept people.
There isn't. Okay, so if you accept them, then
we're friends.
Okay, I thought like maybe if you followed them too, that would be like it would have. You would both.
Yeah.
Have
So anybody who follows me, I follow back because I have to accept you as my person thing.
Okay.
So yeah. Anyway.
Right. So we're back at the ceremony, and Molly is in the kitchen talking to Curtis about their parents cheating. Curtis confirmed that it happened, and Molly goes
that her
off.
dad cheated on her mom.
Yes. And he was like, it happened. They worked through it. They're good. And Molly was like, what? F all this fake stuff. F this ceremony. F this. And then
parents come in because, of course, you hear profanity in the kitchen. So
yeah.
And they go, what's the profanity about?
Yeah.
And they said it was a long time ago. Molly asked her mom why she stayed, and she stormed to the house, towards her car. And then, of course, the scene at the whole wedding.
Yeah. So real quick, we discussed earlier about how long ago when the cheating took place. So we assume Molly, like Issa's 29 because she went to law school. She said she's been at the firm for 4 years. Law school is 3 years. So she graduated, let's say she graduated at 22. 3 years later, she's 25. She's been at the firm for 4 years. She's 29. We assumed her brother Curtis was older. He sounded older. Mm-hmm. And just for the simple fact that he knew about this.
Curtis and Molly, that's some slave names, ain't it? And them kids, slave names.
Their parents have been married for 35 years. Mm-hmm. The Aunt Kiki said she didn't think they would make it to 5 years. So we're assuming that
this happened before Molly was born.
Before Molly was born, probably within the first 3 years.
And she was like a reconciliation baby, and so was her little brother.
Ooh, I didn't even think about the whole reconciliation baby.
We making it work, baby.
Yeah, like
I'm still together.
and so that was our assumption. But Molly, I thought it was childish for Molly to take off out of the house and cause that scene.
I know. Okay. Her hurt, I understand, because, even if my dad was alive. But if I found out tomorrow that my dad cheated on my mom, I would be a wreck.
Okay.
But I know how to act. First, I know how to wear the mask. So if I'm at my parents' we just spent all this money on this ceremony for them to renew their vows, I'm not going to make a scene like that. But I'm definitely going to, probably retract and go in the car or go in my room, whatever. But I'm not going to make, F all y'all, my daddy ain't shit.
Right.
Like, don't ruin everybody's night. Because
men are trash, including my daddy.
Everybody here already knew he cheated on her in 82. We knew that. So don't even come in here and make a scene like that. We knew. Duh. That's why we here.
And so
that's why we celebrating, because we didn't know.
So what I wanted to ask you, what if you found out, and I'm this is hypothetical, I'm not trying to slander your family in any way. I have the most love and respect for them. Okay. If your father did cheat, but it was like when they were dating.
I mean, he didn't break no vows. I mean, it really have like
He was just being
like
youngin'.
Okay, this is the thing that we were like, of course, Miami is always scandals and funerals and all types of foolishness. We was like, so when my dad passed, we were like, y'all, what if like some outside kids like pull up to the funeral,
It's
like
3 boys,
right? Like this, our daddy too. Like we was like, we preparing for that because it's like Miami funeral, like that's happened before, so we, But it didn't happen. It was like, whew, all right, he was a good man, cool. Unless they just didn't show up. It was like, hey, we just wanted to, we was gonna wait 10 years.
They went to the wrong funeral home.
Right, so
went to the wrong church. Like, dog,
when that happened, I was like, okay, my dad was really a good man. We good, cool. Because like, and then I just don't know. I don't know how I would take that. I didn't take my my uncle and my aunt divorce. I didn't take that well, and I was 11. So like, my parents, I would have been a mess.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. If whatever happened before I was born, it don't concern.
Because that wasn't about me.
Right. If I'm here, I'm alive and breathing.
Yeah,
I don't care if I'm
94 when I was breathing.
Yeah, I don't care if I'm 62, and that's when you cheat. I'm alive. Now you messing up my thing. Now you not interfering with just y'all. I'm involved. Grandkids, great grandkids. There are some like I think just as a male, I don't think. As a child, I don't know if your parent steps out on the marriage, mother or father, I don't know if you could ever look at that parent again.
Yeah, especially as a child, because that's like your whole life. You looked at them.
I think it would take a lot to forgive them.
Yeah.
Not saying they're not worth it. I think it would just take a lot. But
what would you do if your parents' 35th and a nigga that looked just like you at 23, they 23 years old and show up?
Well, I'm 25.
I know. I'm saying, like, in between you and your brother. What would you do?
Murder was the case they gave me. Who
would you fight, though? Would you fight your daddy or him? Like,
both.
Or your brother?
The woman. Everybody.
Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how it... Like, I'm saying, I'm not mad at Molly. Everybody does stuff differently. I feel like that was unnecessary.
Yeah.
Don't ruin everybody's night, because not everybody know.
Yeah.
But I definitely would have. I would have hit a little storm off, but it would be a quiet storm off.
But what's wrong with Molly? Molly old dumb self found out I cheated 30 years ago. Now she want to get an attitude.
She mad because I was unfaithful.
Fool wasn't even born.
Before she was even thought of. Yeah, I don't.
But
the scene was too much. The hurt, I understood. I wouldn't be hurt enough to sleep with somebody's husband. We gonna get there.
But what I also want to bring up is, we as kids, we hold our parents in high regards, and we assume things of their relationship. Yep. If they're together still, we assume like, oh, it's been good. And especially if like, your parents really shielded you from them arguing and different things. But somehow because of I'm saying this because of a tweet that went viral this week. We know our granddaddies like weren't the most morally high men.
My granddaddies were trash.
This is based off the fences, like the fences archetype and this idea,
But that fences was real. That's what made it so bad.
And this idea that our grandmothers, they dealt with abuse, they dealt with adultery, like some men.
Side kids.
Some men had families on the other side of town.
Across the street.
Whatever. And a tweet went viral. It was like,
Tell me your craziest family story.
It was like, we think these men trifling. Our granddaddies was trifling.
I got a family 30 miles away, and my mama took my daddy from her sister. Like, this crazy stuff.
And it's like, and we think...
We are not the first generation of trash.
But, and that's the thing. Like, I guess we kind of assume, like, oh, no, our parents weren't like that, even though they are the seed of that. Mm-hmm. So, like, it's possible that... I'm not saying our parents are trash.
And some of it is, like, generational curses. Like, promiscuity,
lust,
perversion,
adultery, divorce,
Yeah, some of those are generational curses that have to be broken. Like both my parents broke the, children out of wedlock.
Okay, yep.
Because they were both born out of wedlock, and then we were born in it, so that was good. But yeah, that's real. Like just grandparent stories be filthy, and you just didn't know about it, or you did and didn't care because everybody would have a side family.
The thing that always got me was like, my grandmother started telling me some things of, just because my grandparents, they got divorced when I was like 8 or something, which I thought was wild. Cause
like, y'all been married forever.
Yeah, like, I was like, and then as long as
finally had enough.
Right. And I was like, now's divorce? Okay, whatever. I don't understand.
So
this.
imagine what it took for her to finally, after all them years, get divorced.
But like my grandmother later on, like we would talk and she'd be like, yep, and this day, this is what your granddaddy did. And I was like, what? Why are you telling me this? Like, most people should have, no, she's telling me, so whatever. And, you know, it was, yeah.
We hold our parents, we're like, oh, I want to be married just like my parents. But as you get older, you start having real nigga conversations with your parents.
That's the realest thing.
And, you know, I learned a lot about how marriage works. Because my parents were never really like lovey-dovey. So I never, you know, cool. But my dad never, you know, yelled, screamed, beat or nothing, you know. So he barely hit me. Like, he would pinch, and that's how I eat them. I was like, don't hurt, nigga. What's up? I was like,
you want this arm or this arm?
I was like, oh my God.
You fall out.
It's so much pain. But, you know, so, but just learning more, just, you know, but that's not just because, and I was having a conversation about daddy issues with somebody on Twitter like a couple months ago, just saying, like, people can have daddy issues when they daddy in the house and present. Like, just because he ain't not there don't mean he not shit, you know? So, like, some people's father were there every day and they have no relationship, don't even speak to him. So, it's like, it's a lot of ways that our parents' marriages could affect us. So, yeah.
Or our parents in general. I think one of the most liberating things for me as a child who was like, I felt like I had to be perfect to make my parents proud was when my dad and I got, like, as I got older and I was making some, like, big mistakes. And my pops was kind of telling me about his, and it was like, oh. Like, I can get better.
Okay, you were trash too, bet. Like,
not that you were trash. You made mistakes and you didn't let those mistakes stop you.
Yeah, we all, like, you all make mistakes. I mean, with me, I wasn't too pressed to be perfect because, I mean, I used to bring home C's, like, what's up?
Yeah.
So, but I was like, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I turned out all right, so it's all right.
The jury's still out on that. Back with Issa.
I'm great.
Issa calls Daniel to let her know that she got into an accident and that she won't be making it for her dick appointment tonight.
He was like, you good? Like, he just cared. It was just like that.
Daniel insisted on coming and picking her up.
She's like, oh, I can go with the tow truck. He was like, no, I'm going to come and get you. Where you at? And she's like, oh, I'm at 60th and whatever. He came, pulled up. Skirt. Like a man. Hugged her. He's like, you know, I got you.
And that's when Issa said, oh, I have to ruin this.
Let me open my mouth. We done skipped ahead, but whatever.
Okay, we'll finish this up. We'll finish it.
Okay. So
do you want to?
We can finish it.
Okay.
She's like, oh, you know, we're cool, right? Basically, you know, reestablishing that friend zone, we just hunching type deal. But, you know, Daniel in love at this point. Like,
I think Daniel truly loved and cared for her. Like, he jumped up like, oh, I got to go get this girl.
Because, like, other niggas, you just hunching. Dang, I got an accident. Oh, for real? That's wild, bro. What you finna do? Nigga, get me. Like, he was driving on 2 wheels to get her. Like, LA traffic and all. Which is super sweet, you know. Oh, Daniel. I love him.
But once she crushed his little heart, he wouldn't even open the door for her. He was like, you got it? Yeah, you got it.
Oh, dang, he did.
But let's just be honest.
Oh, you the homie, right? Get the door.
Yeah, but let's just be honest. Like, Daniel, like, in, like, honeymoon phase, Daniel, like, ooh, lovey-dovey, like, where you at? Like, I'm coming to get you, da-da-da-da-da. It's very different from Daniel with Issa for, let's say, 2 years. Issa calls you, tells you she got in a car crash. You on the phone like, don't, girl. Because now you know you're obligated to pick her up. You're obligated to help her get around until her car gets fixed. So she's either going to take your car, you know, you either going to have to drop her off at places. You know that by her crashing her car, it just caused you a lot of inconvenience. That as her man, you're obligated to help endure. Mm-hmm. And that's why, like, y'all want to say, oh, he's so sweet, he's such a man, you know, I got you. It's because he's not obligated, and, like, you know, but if they were really dating for 2 years, if they were really dating for 2 years, he would be like, I'm on my way.
Touché. Okay. So that was sweet, but she just had to ruin it by 1, talking, and 2, like, reestablishing their friend zone. Okay, then we go back to Lawrence.
Man.
He's on a spades table with some folding chairs. Like, nigga, all you got is a spades table in your living room? Like, you ain't got no other tables.
His apartment is unfurnished because he allowed Issa to keep all the furniture.
He could at least got a table. Like,
right. He went and got him a little table.
He ain't that broke. So, yeah.
It's dark in the rest of the house.
iMac set up on a spades table. You got iMac money.
That's his iMac, you know. If he was gonna launch an app, he had that like on some development stuff.
Still, you could have went to Rent a Center and got you a decent desk. Anyway, because he's probably eating on that table too.
Of course.
Anyway, he's lurking, but here's the difference. Because I said women lurk different. They're gonna lurk and they're gonna leave that door open. Lawrence lurked and he blocked Issa on Facebook. And first off, blocking somebody on Facebook is a process. It's not as hard as it was before, but it's still.
There's some steps. It's multiple steps.
Because you got to do a drop down. If you want to,
you got to go to their profile.
You got to go to their search them profile, drop down. You got to pick unfriend, unfollow, mute, notifications off. Then you got to pick one. Instagram, click on their name, unfollow, boom, you done. So it's a process to unfriending someone.
Well, no, he blocked her.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
To block someone on Facebook. I don't even think anyone has me blocked on Facebook. Can you imagine like going to... That's so.
You don't even know.
But he closed that door.
Facebook used to really be private. Like you really used to couldn't see nobody's stuff. Mm-hmm. But Facebook now is so weird,
so sheery
that you don't even know when someone's is like you're not friends. It's like I feel like I see everything I would see normally.
Yeah, so you might as well just be friends, right? So he blocked her on Facebook. He tried to cut off the poison.
Let me tell you why he blocked her. He blocked her in part because he felt like it would help him. Mm-hmm. And then 2...
Block these bitches 2017. You got to block bitches too.
And then 2, he blocked her so that in the event that she wants to come back and check on his life, he wants her to know that you are out of
Brick
it.
wall.
No.
None
no.
for you.
You can't see how happy I am. Your mom just has to tell you, oh, Lawrence looks like he's really having fun skydiving.
Oh, just skydiving? Let me go look.
Blocked.
No, it's not even going to so block. He's not going to show up on the list.
Yeah.
Lawrence, what's his last name?
Walker.
Lawrence Walker. It's like all white people.
Yep.
A jail pose. Like, where is you go? Let me go to chat page. Tagged Lawrence Walker. You are not allowed to see this. I don't even know what it says when you blocked on Facebook by somebody. So I'm just trying to imagine. So good for Lawrence. That was a real nigga move of him to block because I support blocking. Like I block people like twice a day, just cause it just feels good.
But I just want to talk about because Lawrence have a lot of people saying we down, we're out.
First off, F y'all.
A lot of people are leaving. They're
I
like this.
My Jersey episode 1.
This simp, this simp he out here. I love it. Lawrence is going through some real emotions. He's really living the life of a man that has been wronged, and he's just working through it. And if y'all men have such toxic masculinity that you can't see a brother endure pain, so be it. Jump ship. But he gonna be all right.
Whatever.
Cause he's smarter, he taller, he's gonna win. He's gonna win. So. Don't hate on the Lawrence Hive, man. We gonna come back better than ever. Lawrence, go ahead, do what you got to do, man. If you got to lurk, if you got to block, if you got to take MMA classes just in case you run into Daniel on the street to beat him up, do what you got to do.
Is Lawrence an alpha to you? Of course, it would have been said if he was an alpha already, but nothing.
No. I know he's not an alpha.
I know that, but I'm saying, like, does he give you alpha? That was a debate on the timeline.
Does he give me alpha?
Mm-hmm. Personality-wise. My only reason he wouldn't be an alpha because he would have had a job because alphas always have jobs. But other than that,
I mean, I definitely, I guess,
feelings wise, just attitude, personality wise, he definitely gives me alpha though.
I mean, I could see him like coming through the chapter and be like, oh, like yeah, little brother Walker, cool. And
that's probably why he was so down and out because he came from being like president and dean and shit, and then now you on the couch.
Yeah.
Sad. Anyway.
But we resurrect. We bounce back.
Sure. Okay. So we can close it out with Molly.
Man.
So Molly's car. So Joe runs behind her, drives her home.
Oh.
And talking about her parents.
Yeah, when she stormed out.
Yeah.
Can we talk about why Lionel stayed?
Here's my thing. He probably didn't think it was gonna be a whole I'm finna dip and this nigga about to take me all the way home. Maybe it was like, oh,
a drive around the block.
She gonna go cry in the car type deal. He gonna talk to her when we come back. Cause in his eyes, when he first saw him, he was like, who's this light skinned nigga? He want my girl. It was like, oh yeah, we grew up together, blah, 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 oh lie, come on, stars. He was like, oh, this is a childhood friend, so maybe it's not even like that. And then he's a simp too, so he probably didn't catch, like, I want that sign. So he's like, what? Because then he don't really know Molly like that to even be in her business to try to, mediate her problems like that. So he's like, go ahead, Joe, you got it.
Of course, but at the same time, I don't know. I felt as a guest, like, I don't know nobody here. Aunt Kiki been squeezing, like, been trying to inappropriately, like, rub on my butt for, like, the last hour.
If you think about it, fending for himself anyway when she was in the kitchen cussing.
Yeah.
So he probably done made a friend.
He might have got engaged to somebody else's niece out there.
And is there food? Because if it's food, I'm fine.
I mean, I feel like these older women like, look, Molly don't do right by you. I got a niece.
It's like on Coming to America. If you're really a prince, I'll marry you.
Yeah.
So
okay, so Dro chases her. So then we see Molly and Dro in her car as he's driving her home. And she's just talking about her parents and how, this really messes up her idea of love and how, she's this whole time been looking for a man like her father when her father is just as messed up as everybody else.
That's a tough pill to swallow, though. I get it. I do. So, po to them.
But I think, I don't know, I think they brought, like, this whole, like, situation with the parents. It made me reflect because I know I'm blessed and fortunate that my parents have been together 27 years. Mm-hmm. And oftentimes, like, they've made it look easy to me.
Right, and that's what we're supposed to see.
Right, and for me, I guess, and like that makes you lose touch with reality, and you think like it's easy.
The timeline was really shook, and you can tell whose parents is together and who wasn't. And I know that sounds really bad. That sounds really effed up, but you could.
Because who was shook?
Like the way people reacted. Like some people was like that whole overreacted. Like who does that? And then some people were like, wow, like you really just sitting reflecting. Because I'm thinking like I said, I want to marry a man like my dad. It's like, oh, I want to be just like my dad. But if you find out your daddy was out here knocking hoes down in holy matrimony, you can be like, that's hard. So I get her hurt level. Like, I definitely understand. I would be just as shook.
I would, as if I was in Dro's shoes, I really wouldn't know what to say. Because part of me was like, you overreacted.
And other parts like, you just got to put yourself in them shoes.
Right, because
his parents together too. If he heard, his daddy was all over East LA, he would have been hurt.
But like I do know, like even with my parents, I do know that marriage is sometimes about enduring. Mm-hmm. And it's about marriage is a lot about forgiveness. We know that. I guess I don't know if Molly assumed like you just got to forgive when they leave the seat up. But
again, we're talking about Molly here, who has a completely different view of reality.
Yeah, of shoulds. She lives in a world of shoulds.
Right. She ain't got it.
But now this has warped her whole idea of love and marriage. Like she knows it's not perfect. It's gritty. People make mistakes. People take people back. People endure.
And even if I was in Molly's mama's shoes, depending on the situation, I'm not going to leave a whole marriage and child because you hunt somebody else one time. It would take a lot. If you have a baby on me, I think I talked about this. My deal breakers: baby, white woman, Delta.
Wow.
That's it. If you do any of those things, I'm leaving. But if you just, it's my 20-year hunt somebody. No, I'm gonna kill you still. I mean, I don't know the exact situation. Is all hypotheticals anyway. But like, you just hunt somebody.
Stripper.
If we had to, really talk it out, you ain't gonna, Kirk and Rashida me. You ain't gonna have no baby on me. You ain't gonna Bernadine me because I will burn everything. But it's like there are certain situations in marriage that you're gonna have to learn how to compromise. And cheating isn't always the worst thing that you can do in a marriage. There's other things that you can do in a marriage that are bad and divorce worthy that you need to work out.
Yeah.
So I'm not just gonna leave. Oh, you did this, I'm leaving. I'm taking my child because like one, the child don't deserve that. I'm probably gonna resent you forever. But we're gonna try to find a way to work it out though. I'm trying to
true crime. ID Television has made a whole network off of people who feel messed up in their marriage, but they refuse to leave, so they attempt to kill their spouse.
Do what you gotta do.
That's a whole network. And so at this point, she knew she was going to poison him with arsenic.
Right.
For 3 years.
She put nail dust in his spaghetti.
Right.
And killed that nigga.
She just put a rusty blade in his cereal and he ate it.
And it gets like that. That's the only thing. That's like you trying to work it out for the kids, but you're miserable and you want to kill everybody. Okay. To the good part. He drops her off and she's like, oh, well, how you going to get home?
Home. I'm about to be
in
Bill's guts.
No, he was like, oh, I'll find a lift or something.
Right.
Like, he didn't have his phone out. The app ain't out. Because it's going to take 5 minutes to get this. So
it's late night.
Because if he really was trying to catch a lift, he would have been caught it.
Yeah.
And then, they part ways. She goes in the door. Then before the door can even close 3 degrees, then then she's like grabs him, and next thing
and we don't even see like a kiss there. We just see booty cheeks.
But it was like passion. It's not no Lawrence, no.
Yeah,
it was like a.
It's a low key like we're making a baby.
It was like nails in the back, grabbing sheets.
Yeah, oof.
She didn't even take her rings off.
He is one point he grabbed her face and he just gave her this kiss like, ooh, you're mine.
In the mouth. You got to leave that lady. You got to leave her. Because that's somebody else's husband.
Whole husband.
Husband.
They had a whole wedding.
I don't know. That was some. Whew. So I had a debate.
Okay.
On Twitter.
Let them know.
And I asked, is Dro actually fine, or is he just tall and light skinned? Because I know with me, I'm biased, and tall and light skinned, that's my shit. So I'm like, if he's tall and light skinned, I'm gonna make some exceptions. I'm like, dang, he fine, even if he not. So I'm like, I had to really step out of my Melanie shoes and be like, okay, is this nigga fine? So I got mixed answers. So I made a poll.
Okay.
And
what the results were?
First was 50-50. I woke up and it was fine was winning. And then I saw people liking a tweet in response. I'm like, who is this? Why the nigga replied?
The actor that played.
The actor replied. He was like, ouch. LOL. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. He probably face turned all red. He was probably so ashamed. Let me see if I can find it.
But let's be honest. If
he quoted, he was like, oh, now y'all got questions. And then people made some valid points about his appearance. I'm like, all I saw was height and curls and haircut. And I was like,
let's be honest though. If no actor should be as offended as the neighbor bae who y'all dragged his head.
People was like, oh, for Joe, they was like, oh, his teeth, oh, blah, blah, blah. But all of that, he's still a handsome guy.
He could fix that. He could get a bag and fix his teeth.
Blockhead?
You can't.
But look well, that ain't it.
Ain't no surgery for your head.
Even if the head was regular, I still probably wouldn't go up for that. Like, I just ain't me. So, I mean, but yeah, and you know how I am. I wore this shirt for many reasons. I have on my Marvel superhero shirt that I usually wear to the movies when movies come out. So I said 1, because these niggas need saving. 2, which was new because I forgot about that point, the DC versus Marvel thing in the date. And 3, if I was a superhero, my kryptonite, my weakness, would be tall, light-skinned niggas. Your
arch nemesis, all her henchmen would be just tall, light-skinned dudes.
And I'd be like,
they'd be like,
my powers, they no longer work.
Let me take you to dinner, Mel.
They would have all different accents and stuff.
Right. The Louisiana accent.
Oh, yeah, like me, like New Orleans nigga. I'd be like, I'm weak. Help.
Your sidekick's G. Williker, Mel.
Put me some glasses on, please. I can't see. Help.
Somebody save Mel.
I'm melting. Get her away from these light-skinned niggas, please. That would be my weakness. I'd be tied up. I'd wake up like in The Incredibles.
We're all the light-skinned men, girl.
Oh, God. But, yeah. So, hey, I think it's fine. All in all. And granted, Molly was hurt. Put to sleep with somebody else's husband. And yeah, they have an open marriage, allegedly. Because I feel like next episode, they're going to be like, Ken's going to be, open marriage, who?
Right.
We not Will and Jada.
Nah, I think open marriages are weird. Oh, I would never do nothing like that.
Girl, I just slept with your husband. What you talking about? Like, I still got your husband on my breath. Like, I'm trying to figure out when this marriage became closed. So that's going to be the bomb. Like, I know that marriage, because we did not get no confirmation. And first, we have not seen Candace. She is locked up in some kind of basement.
Unless she's going and getting hers.
Look.
She's catching.
I doubt it.
She's catching international stroke. She's in Cabo.
Unless she watching DJ Derwin Jr. But yeah, that was intense though. Like that's not some regular. She ain't hunch Jadena like that. She ain't hunch Jared like that. That's probably the most passionate sex we've seen on a show. Some nice, and I bet he got one of them churros too. But.
I'm going to cut that clip out and send it to
him. He got a churro. Anyway. No, but it was very passionate. It was just nice, like, yellow butt cheeks, on the screen. It was quality television. Thank you, Issa.
Looked like he gave her multiple orgasms.
Okay, sure. The 30-second clip we got, it just faded out and they were still hunching. So they probably still hunching as we speak. So it was like an open-ended hunch. It was a lot. It was just the position. It wasn't just no regular...
I mean, sleep with her view and understanding and everything she knew about love and marriage is so distorted that she threw caution to the wind and said, "I'm gonna sleep with Dro."
I'm gonna hunch him. Yep. I'm gonna hunch him. My ears hurt from these hoops. I'm looking at breaking mud. But yeah. And I was just like, Molly, you know better. You know better. So you know better than that hussy from the 80s that your daddy slept with. It's a shame.
Here's what I want to draw a parallel.
Uh-oh. Drum roll.
Because I saw a lot of women on the timeline. Dang, Molly, he a married man. But get yours, sis. So, like, although they knew morally it was wrong, they approved. They allowed it to happen because...
We can't stop it. It's TV.
Right. But Molly and Dro are no different than Ghost and Angela. High school or, childhood lovers that separated, went their separate ways, reconnected later in life, and there was something still there.
Okay.
So the way that women, and when I say women, I mean the black women on my timeline, how you shame, you just bash Ghost and you spew so much hate at Angela. You have to do that same thing for both Dro and Molly in this situation.
No, we don't.
Just because that's your girlfriend, that don't make sleeping with married men right. Just because they grew up together, that don't make sleeping with married men right. If we're going to shame Ghost and Angela, we got to tear down Molly and Dro equally.
First off, fuck Angela Valdez. Period.
Head of criminal, Angela Valdez.
Okay, but she wasn't the head of criminal when they hunched. So, going back to season 1, this man had a wife, 3 kids, although it was 2. Damn, we laughing.
Because you terrible.
Anyway, wife, 3 kids, apartment built. Like, it was way more to their marriage, way more on the line. He was literally willing to leave her and the kids for her. And Angela ain't black. And that goes back to my
Dro ain't black.
That goes back to my Bernadine point. Don't leave me for no white woman. Spanish woman, Asian woman. If she ain't black, it's going to make it even worse.
Light skin count?
I mean, I'm going to be offended, but at least she ain't white.
She light skin with good hair.
My hair good, the fuck.
Sure, you're right. We have to change those Eurocentric standards of beauty in our community.
What kind of hair she had. Anyway, like I was saying, F Angela. That's not.
How hurt would you be if your man left you for a woman with a big old fake booty? Like, it's so fake to the point.
He don't love himself.
If it's so fake to the point that you just know there's no way it's.
I win. Like, first off, them booties, like everybody booties who got their booty done in the past couple of years, they gonna start leaking in like 10, 15 years. So you're gonna be walking, it's gonna be silicone puddles.
Don't step in that silicone. I'm about to clean that up.
Hold on, I'm getting
people gonna go around collecting the silicone to repurpose for new booties.
Right. It's gonna make me have new basement booties. They ain't gonna be doing fix it flat no more. It's gonna be like recycled silicone. But yeah, we getting a little over time. But yeah, it's not the same. I get your point, but it's not the same thing. It's just so many factors. We had the kids, we had the businesses, we had the drug game. Like, it's just them 2 niggas. It's just Candace and Dro, first off. And their marriage is open. It's still allegedly. We still don't know whether
allegedly.
We don't know whether or not it's true.
Allegedly.
But it's different factors to it. It's not exactly the same. But I see the point you were trying to make.
So what do you think about, I guess...
predictions?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like Dro and Molly sleeping together, like...
Well.
If
you're going to sleep with somebody's husband, that's how you sleep with somebody's husband. I'm just saying. That is how you sleep with somebody.
If you're going to sleep with somebody's husband, make it look sexy.
If I'm going to hunt your husband, I'm going to make it look sexy. Exactly. And I said, I thought it was going to be a regular insecure.
If you step out of your marriage, you gotta, should you like put it down?
I would hope. If you're going to risk it all and not give it your best. Like, that's me.
Get her hooked. Okay.
Not even get a hook, but like, if I'm going to be wrong, if you're going to do wrong right. I don't know who daddy said that, but like, if you gonna do wrong,
it was somebody daddy who had a whole other family on the other
do
side.
wrong, do wrong right. If I'm gonna go smoke weed and I ain't supposed to, you think I'm gonna smoke some mid? No. Get some loud.
Well, why not just shoot up the heroin? Why not?
Crack.
Yeah.
Shoot for the stars.
Right. I'm not gonna be a half junkie. I'm gonna be a full junkie.
Right. Like if I'm gonna rob a bank.
Hey, my mom had.
Am I gonna rob a little?
Don't rob the security guy. If you're gonna go into a bank with a gun, rob the bank. Don't rob the security guy.
Like for real, you. If I'm gonna steal a car, am I steal a Pinto or Bentley? You gotta do wrong right, man. If you gonna cheat on your wife, no, I'm not giving.
We gotta.
If you gonna sleep with somebody's husband, I'm gonna do that. Do it right.
I was gonna say we're gonna have to have a prayer call against all this. This open marriages, all this.
But honestly, we give people passes because when it's TV, it's not real life. If it was a reality show, it'd
all
be like,
adultery.
Molly a hoe, but she's literally a virgin. So
Molly, what y'all talking about? Molly about to write into 6 Brown Chicks just like Tasha was. She finna say, we grew up together. He told me they had an open marriage. I found out it's not. I'm pregnant. Help.
Molly's gonna do a listener letter on the read. She's gonna be more articulate. It's gonna be, hey, can you call me Mindy? Okay, Chris is gonna be, we have a story. Okay, it's about sleeping with a husband. Oh no, I can just listen to it in my head. But yeah, it's gonna. So predictions. Candace is gonna not be with it. Whether either it's not open or she's gonna be mad that it was Molly. With Daniel and Issa, that's gonna hit the fan. Eventually, I feel like Lawrence and Issa gonna get back together because trash and trash.
Okay, my predictions.
Love.
My predictions.
And where's Tasha?
Yeah, we need Tasha.
We need Tasha back. I don't care if her storyline's over. I need some closure. If y'all gonna shoot her, if she gonna get ran over by a car or something, just give me some closure so I know where Tasha is.
I think what's gonna happen. I think Lawrence is gonna show his. I think Lawrence is gonna show up with Tasha on the 15th.
Doubt it.
Or no, his coworker.
Maybe the white bitch.
He's gonna show up with his coworker.
Because I don't know if that's a second chance to.
I think we may see Molly consider leaving for Chicago to escape the mess that she's created with Candace and Dro. I think they keep introducing Chicago, like the perks, like the better, more diverse lawyers. Mm-hmm. I think she's gonna have after we find out that Candace is not with it and that it's not indeed an open marriage.
Ready for my ass whooping.
She like Craig, her line sister. Like Craig and for next Friday.
Yep.
And I think Issa's gonna break some. I think she's gonna hit a wall in her rotation. Kevin Hart had a joke, it's like being single, like when he talked about getting divorced from his wife, being single is all fun and games when like you out partying with your boys, y'all hitting random joints, and then one of your boys is talking about, can't go out tonight, it's Cupcake Tuesday. That's when being single is like, this is
like
for the
if
bird.
Molly gets a man and Issa still don't have one, because it's like that one friend that you know gonna be single no matter what. So even if you are single, it's like Keisha's single too. But if Keisha get a man and you don't have a man, it's like, whoa, I need to get a man because Keisha got a man. So I feel like that's gonna be like a shookable moment for Issa.
So that's our predictions. Yeah, man. Sorry, they just keep giving us so much good material. Like
right.
We could talk all day.
All day.
All right, but love you guys. Be easy, and we'll see you on the Bouch next week.